Happy days, everybody. I am feeling, dare I say, very namaste this morning. So, I had some water damage in my bedroom, and I'm even speaking at like a lower, more calm, rational decibel. It's like the opposite of vocal fry. It's like an auditory stool softener, which is ironic because I hathn't shat in days. And there's a reason. I had a bit of a traumatic experience. We're going to get back to the wall damage. That was just a soft tease. I had somewhat of a traumatic experience at a coffee bean handicap stall. So I went into a Coffee Bean a couple days ago and I bought a bottle of Mountain Valley spring water because all of the sudden, I guess I'm concerned about microplastics. I mean, it's obviously too late. I have inhaled 98% of my beverages through a plastic vessel for the entirety of my life because I do not give 1/8 of a fuck about those goddamn turtles. And if they can't adapt, it's really not my problem. I love a plastic straw. Notoriously thought they were going to get banned in 2019 and bought copious amounts of plastic straws, multicolored plastic straws. And I just ran out like very recently and obviously topped up. But being that I'm concerned about microplastics, I've only been serving my son Mountain Valley spring water. Oh my God, how unprofessional. My phone just went off. I got a travel and leisure notification, the timeliness. So I love the Coffee Bean hospital ice. And I'll go in, I get a Mountain Valley spring water for my son. And then I say, can I please get a very tall cup of ice with a plastic lid and straw? And then I tip well because, you know, it's like kind of weird to give out a bunch of your famous ice. And then I pour my own homemade matcha into it so I can drink it cooled. It's a hot summer day. So I did not have Clyde and I went and I felt a little tingle tangle in the vagina. And I was like, maybe it's time to empty the bladder. Just number one. So I go and I ask to use the lavatory because I'm a paying customer, and I sit down on the turlet, and I don't frequent this Coffee Bean often. So I don't have the geographical lay of the land of this particular stall, which I usually do. But you know, when you walk into a bathroom stall and it's like unusually large and you've just got a rogue toilet and then 5 miles out you've got the sink and it's all just very sparse, very spread out, very roomy and leisurely, as they say. So I go to pee and there's no windows, obviously. It's very cell block tango. I start peeing and then the lights turn off. And I think, oh, you know, maybe it's like those motion sensors or whatever. And I'm so frail and thin, like the light didn't detect me. So I kind of like, I'm like midstream. I'm like flailing my limbs around and the light doesn't turn on. Then I start clapping like a fucking crazy person. The light's not turning on. I go to reach to try to find the toilet paper. And I can't find the toilet paper. So it's just, there was no toilet paper. There was just a roll. So then, you know, they normally have a backstock. So all the while, I'm just strapped into this toilet, slipping and sliding. I start reaching back, looking for toilet paper. Then I'm like, okay, fine. I'm going to have to drip walk to go find some paper towels. Talk about a Helen Keller experience. Remember when I was floating that Helen Keller experience tour idea when I was just so miserable doing live shows? And I thought, oh, how amazing would it be if we sold tickets and like didn't tell people the venue? There was no sound. Everyone gets blindfolded and puts earplugs in. And then we just all crawl around a floor in like a remote location. So fun. Such a vibe. But I kind of feel like I had that experience. It was like an escape room meets Stevie Wonder. I don't know. It was fucking wild. And then I had to literally, so I'm trying to find the fucking paper towels. Then I decide, you know what? I'm wearing an absorption legging. I'm just going to have to like drip dry. And I kind of like, twerked over the toilet, pulled my pants up, which is like disgusting. Also, you should know I'm a low key germaphobe. So this is like not my agenda. I start trying to find the sink so that I could wash my hands. It's all very dark. Then I couldn't find the door. I couldn't find the thing. And I'm just like banging on the walls. It was wild. I mean, it took me like 3.5 minutes to even find the sink. And then I started freaking out. And you know, sometimes when you close your eyes and you see things, I started like seeing shapes and shadows. And then I started getting really weird in a vortex. I'm like, oh my God. This is like a full-blown coffee bean poltergeist. And all the while, I keep flailing my limbs and like, you know, clapping because I'm assuming that the light's going to go on. It never did. And I walked out of there a different person. Let's get back to the water damage in my goddamn bedroom. The content is niche and spicy. So I'm renovating my bedroom right now. I feel like we've touched on it. It's very odd because for someone who loves to renovate and like, you know, a digital vision board and fabrics and wallpapers and light fixtures and upholstery, like all of that shit, my favorite thing to do is to go to a fabric showroom and sit on the floor and look through the booklets and then just see what fabrics speak to me and then get things reupholstered. It's like, I want to be fun. I want to be more interesting. What do you like to do in your spare time, Jackie? I like to watch copious amounts of reality television. I like to go look at various upholstery fabrics. I like to pick out wallpaper. I like to go antiquing, Deep Valley antiquing, Pasadena, Santa Barbara, Agora Hills. I will go anywhere. I'm not going to the flea market at 6 a.m. That's a little too laborious for me. But do I want to sit on the floor of a fabric showroom going through books for 3 hours and like stroking imported Parisian fabrics and then get a lumber pillow made? Yeah, I certainly fucking do. And then I want to hotbox my car at a drive-through and just like feel alive. So for someone who loves all of those things so much, I'm not a bedroom person. I don't spend a lot of time in my bedroom. I wake up, I get the fuck out. I'm not like an in-bed nester napper person. So my bedroom is kind of like the least important room in the house for me. But it's the last one that I haven't touched. So whilst stroking mohairs a few weeks ago, I found the most delicious, stunning, seductive. I just lost 40% of my listeners. Beautiful, like perfect Parisian dusty pink mohair velvet that almost put me into anaphylaxis. Like I couldn't breathe. I gasped when I saw this beautiful mohair velvet. I don't know if mohair is a velvet. It's one of the two, okay? So gorgeous. And I thought, what could I do with this? Now, the most time I've ever spent in a bedroom, which was basically my version of a padded cell, was in New York after the billboard that never was. And I was just, you know, feeling embarrassed, ashamed, and pathetic, and dare I say, maternally homesick. And I sat in that gorgeous hotel room and it brought me back to life. So I saw this fabric. I'm like, why am I so sexually attracted to this fabric? And I'm like, because it represents safety for me. It represents a cocoon. What shall we do with it? We're going to make an obscenely oversized channeled velvet bed. So what I'm doing, the entire back wall of my bedroom, I am doing padded, like almost like a full-blown headboard, but not tufted. It's not tufted. Sheena Shea called and she wants her Z Gallery rhinestone headboard back. Not a tufting, a channeling, a gorgeous upholstered channeling back wall, okay? Then we are doing a floating bed frame. Jackie, how does it float? I don't fucking know. So they put the legs not on the outer corners. They do a base in the middle of the bed. So you can't actually see any legs. So it appears that this beautiful mohair pink box spring platform or whatever is just floating above the motherfucking ground. It was supposed to be installed on Friday. I was very excited, nipples hard for days. They get there, they say, Jackie, you've got fucking water damage behind these dressers. So I pull them out, more fucking water damage. I also think there's a dead rat in the wall because I got a whiff of something in my closet and there was a little, there was like some rumblings of a mouse, or I always say a rat is a mouse. They also found rat shit in my fucking car engine. We put some, don't send me any DMs. I have the internet. I have Google. I understand exactly what I'm supposed to do, and I have done it. I don't need rats crawling through my air conditioning vents. That's a separate story. Repaired the walls. Wait, why am I talking about this? Right. So I got rid of my old bed because this new bed was supposed to be installed on Friday. So I have been sleeping on the floor for days. And I have to tell you, besides inhaling various fumes because they had to repatch the wall and plaster and paint and fumes and whatever, which I low-key love, I've been sleeping like a fucking dream. Andrew's like, should we open the windows and let it vent out so we get some fresh air so we're not inhaling fumes? I'm like, give me all of the fucking fumes, okay? 1 Unisom, 1 cortisol manager pill, some fumes, and a mattress on the floor. It's my experience at community college. I did sleep on the floor in community college. I put my mattress on the bed because I found when I was humping around, I had a little more wiggle room on a twin bed. If I wasn't elevated, you can, whatever. Anyways, so I have been sleeping on the ground, and I said to Andrew this morning, I said, call me the Dalai Lama, call me Nelson Mandela, call me Mother Teresa, call me, I don't know. I'm trying to think of more spiritual leaders. I can't, RuPaul. I wake up feeling so serene, so grounded. I feel one with nature. And by nature, I mean like engineered hardwood floors that I need to rip up because they're too wide plank. And I also have a slab leak. And I just think that in this house, we really do need like a white oak herringbone, but that's a whole separate story. I feel serene. Call me Serena Vanderwoodson. Everybody knows that your face is your base, and if your skin doesn't look good, you don't look good. Okay, that's a direct quote. Today's sponsor, OneSkin, is a skincare company that is flipping the script on aging. Founded by an all-woman team of longevity scientists, OneSkin isn't about numbing your natural expressions or artificially plumping skin. It's about working with your body's own processes at the cellular level to keep your skin healthy and radiant. OneSkin's topical supplements are powered by their proprietary peptide, OS1, scientifically proven to target the dysfunctional senescent cells that start to accumulate around age 30. These are the cells that make skin dull, dry, and more prone to lines and wrinkles. Plus, all of OneSkin's products for the face and body, including their new mineral sunscreens, are backed by lab and clinical studies and more than 8,000 five-star reviews. I love this company. For a limited time, you can try OneSkin for 15% off using code BIBLE when you check out at oneskin.co. Start your new scientifically proven skincare routine today with OneSkin. Treating the symptoms rather than the root causes of aging has long been the norm. Most skincare available on the market is designed to provide a temporary reduction in visible signs of aging, addressing just the surface symptoms of an underlying decline in skin health. OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. By focusing on the cellular aspects of aging, OneSkin keeps your skin looking and acting younger for longer. Get started today with 15% off using code BIBLE at oneskin.co. That is 15% off oneskin.co with code BIBLE. After you purchase, they're going to ask where you heard about them. Tell them that I sent you. This week's episode is sponsored by Squarespace. As an entrepreneur and business mogul, Squarespace has been my go-to, not just in making my website, but in scaling my entire bitch Bible enterprise. They make it so easy to make a website and then help you to really stand out and succeed online. You can create a website that is beautiful, engage with your audience, and sell products all in one place. Squarespace has this amazing guided design system called Squarespace Blueprint that makes creating a website so easy. I was able to choose from professionally curated layouts and styling options, which helped me tailor my site to my specific needs. I was able to make a website that was not only functional, but also goddamn gorgeous. Okay. One tool that I've really been getting into with Squarespace lately is their analytics. So you're going to be able to get insights on top traffic sources, understand how your reach is growing, track sales metrics. It's like having a little digital assistant. It's so easy to use. It's such a great company. Squarespace also makes checkout seamless for your customers with simple but powerful payment tools. So you can accept credit cards, PayPal, Apple Pay. Also in eligible countries, Squarespace offers customers the option to buy now and pay later with Afterpay and ClearPay. Check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to www.squarespace.com/Bible to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. I also had a bit of a design epiphany whilst pilfering through Murano sconces in Pasadena, elbowing half-dead women, crusty white women out of the way. I found these sconces. They are from the 1930s or 40s. They're Parisian beaded sconces that are the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I'm having a lot of trouble with my lighting concepts because I love a sconce, I love a pendant, I love a shandy, and I need them to be cohesive but interesting. I looked at Andrew last night after 1.5 martinis, and I said, you know what, Andrew? I don't want to be a crystal chandelier girly, but I am a crystal chandelier girly, and I don't have one in the house. I kind of lean on a crystally sconce, but like maybe in my bedroom, maybe I want a big, fat, heavy crystal chandelier. And do I want to be obscure and tasteful and interesting and thoughtful with my design choices? Of course I do. But do I also want to lay on my mattress on the floor with my water damage and look up at a gorgeous, sparkling jewel in the middle of my bedroom? I just fucking do. In my head, you know, I have a homemade, willed from the indigenous people in Byron Bay chandelier. Half of the proceeds go to charity, a little wind chime for my, you know, Cherokee Indian roots or whatever the fuck it is. But at the end of the day, I want to go to Visual Comfort and I want to buy a big fucking crystal chandelier and shove it in the ceiling and just pray that it doesn't crush my brittle bones in the middle of the night. So that's what we did. Another epiphany I had is that I am not someone who needs autocorrect because my daily language, my off the mic language is too toxic and too below board to have autocorrect, because then you get into some dicey situations where you're trying to say massage and you end up saying Menendez. So I sent an email last week. I belong to a local, well, I don't like know how to say this without sounding like a cunt. So hold on, let me workshop this for a second. I have a spa membership at the Four Seasons near my house, okay? And part of it is that you get treatment every month. So I like to go, I do a day a week where I steam, I sauna, I neglect my responsibilities both as a mother and a young professional. And I just have a self-care day because I think it's important. And there's lots of versions of self-care days. Sometimes you just sit in a parking lot crying with an El Pollo Loco 2-piece chicken combo, a breast and a wing, flour tortillas. You can't get corn tortillas at fucking El Pollo Loco. Like, if you want me to disrespect you, get the corn tortillas. Also, kind of always, Andrew always goes, corn tortillas are better for you. They make them fresh. I said, I don't give a fuck and a half. Give me the flour tortillas. I need like a doughy vessel for my crunchy, crispy chicken skin. I don't like the texture of a corn tortilla. Maybe with a fish taco, I can lean in, but it's never better than a flour tortilla. It just never, ever is, especially if you char it a little bit on the oven. What's it called? Nope. Stove. There we go. Ding, ding, ding. That's what we call fucktard filibuster. That's another glossary term. We're going to get to that in a second. So I sent an email to get my members monthly massage, and members autocorrected to Menendez because a long-running joke in my home as a child that I had no concept of, my parents used to say to me and my sister, they were like, if you don't stop fighting, we're going to pull a reverse Menendez. And me and my sister never knew what that meant until we got older. But we would say it all the time. I'm like, oh, we better get home or mom and dad are going to pull a reverse Menendez. And I remember saying that like at a friend's house. And they're like, what did you say, Jackie? I'm like, my mom said she's going to pull a reverse Menendez on me if I'm not home by 6. Gotta go. See you later, Rachie. Like, I didn't understand what it was until I got older. And unless you don't understand what it is, the Menendez brothers suffocated their parents with pillows to try to get their inheritance early or something. So basically, my parents' joke was that they were going to suffocate me and my sister for poor behavior. So me and my sister talk about it a lot. It's an autocorrect. Members to Menendez. It's an easy mistake. So I'm emailing to book my Menendez, and I said something like, oh, what is the email? Hold on, I have to find this. It's ridiculous. Okay, I said, hi! Exclamation mark. I'm so fucking annoying. Hi, it's me again. I'd like to book my Menendez massage. Is there anything available after 2 p.m. on August 26th? Thank you so much. XXX. By the way, is it inappropriate that I say XX at the end of all of my emails? Professional to get a Menendez. It's better than a happy ending, by the way. X's and O's. Is that hugs and kisses? Because I don't want to be like kiss, kiss, kiss. I think it's hug, 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 which is so level 10 annoying. Level 10 annoying. Hi. That's my intro. Hi. Oh, God. Needless to say, she did get back to me, and I do have a Menendez massage booked a little bit later. So I'm just going to be like, listen, maybe we save the suffocation till after you give me a scalp massage, because I'm just like, it's just like a little bit early and I just need to relieve some tension from like this weave. Anywho, thought that was funny. Wait, how fucking good is the Sabrina Carpenter album? Okay, this is how you make someone else's successes about you. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to Jackie. Our best friends did the majority of that album, and it is a perfect pop masterpiece. Start to finish. There are no skips. It is soulful but poppy. The lyrics are spicy but not try hard. And it's so well written. It's so well produced. It's such a good body of work. It's so digestible. It's so tangible. It's not like desperate for relevancy. It has a timeless feel. It feels honest. It feels fresh, and no notes. So fucking good. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I hope it wins Album of the Year, because I feel like it fucking deserves it. And honestly, it feels like it would be beneficial to me. This is my secret to life, I take on my friends' successes as my own. I realize that when you say it out loud, it sounds sociopathic and diabolical. But if you live that way, it's such a beautiful existence, because the people around you are an extension of yourself. So basically, I wrote and produced the album. It's directly correlated to me by proxy. I really feel that way. Anytime something like massively successful happens to one of my friends, I'm like, we did it, Joe. We've done it. We did it again. Thank God you have me. It's so stupid. But I feel like I'm part of it, which is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but I think it's so good. I'm so excited about it. Oh, also should plug, we got to keep the lights on in here. The Thomas Rhett album, also so good for my country girlies. Andrew did Boots, Something About a Woman, and Back to Blue. Back to Blue. My favorite is Boots. Hands down, it's so good. It makes you just want to put on some assless chaps and wiggle a little bit. So good. Okay, moving on. Enough with the shameless plugs. Philanthropy never ends on the Bitch Bible podcast. It is my personal mission to cancel Balenciaga. I mean, there are still people that feel very comfortable wearing their latex bodysuits and their hourglass bee bags, okay? But not this girl. I have reeled and, consigned all of my belongings because I don't support child pornography, but more so than that, I do not support 2007 layered Lisa Frank Hollister CC and Company, was it CC and Factory? CC California, layered tank top dresses that are selling for $1,500. Josh, put an image up here, okay? Balenciaga is selling what could only be described as the biggest display of consumerism abuse, okay? First, the children. Now the millennials. They are trying to sell a dress for $1,500 fucking dollars that is layered tank tops like you just got finger banged to Usher's "Yeah" at the 7th grade fucking dance with your 14 Hollister tank tops on. Okay? And to that, I say no. I don't want to forgive you, and I want to forget you. That's a Lauren Conrad quote. Motivational quote. It is so pathetic that we, as tasteless rat consumers, feed the machine of Balenciaga. You know what? Their clothes aren't fucking cute. Remember when they tried to sell an IKEA bag? Remember when they stapled a flannel shirt on the back of a shirt and sold it for $1,200? It's fucking stupid. It's stupid. It's ugly. It's a concern to our culture, and it's unpatriotic. I can't really explain the last two. It's just like the first adjectives that came to mind, but I'm done. I am fucking done. Did I buy the dad sneakers, the dirty dad Balenciaga sneakers, chunky? Yeah, I sure did. During COVID, did I think the world was ending? And did I bid on a Balenciaga leather jacket? Yeah, I did. And I don't sleep at night because of it, because I have fed the machine. I'm part of the problem. It has gone too fucking far. Too far. I need a list of every single person that was thinking about buying that fucking tank top dress, or who actually pulled the trigger and bought that tank top dress. And I'm going to roll over to their car. I'm going to roll over to their house in my car, knock, knock, knock on the door, and slap them across the face. I posted a photo of it on my Instagram. My cousin Joe texted me and she goes, I almost bought that dress. And, you know, we're all grieving, and grieving looks different for everybody. But it's just unforgivable. I said, Joe, if you buy that dress, I will come to your house and I will burn it the fuck down. Okay? Burn it down. What the fuck? Like, actually, what the fuck? Everybody go to Balenciaga.com. Look through the clothing and riddle me this. Who, why, where? Who hurts you that you think that you are so desperate to be like, because Hailey Bieber wore something 6 years ago that was Balenciaga, and Kim Kardashian, you know, wore a latex bodysuit, and you're so desperate to be in the orbit of relevancy that you're going to buy a shirt that was stapled onto another shirt for $950 as a status symbol of stupid. Because I don't look at you and think, oh my God, you're so shack. I think you're a fucking moron, okay? A moron. It makes me very upset. If I think about it for like another 23 minutes, I could start crying, because I don't understand the mental landscape of someone who thinks that's socially acceptable. Go to fucking TJ Maxx, get some long layered tank tops and load up, sweetheart. The worst part is that it's like a white tank top on like a Lisa Frank tank top, on a pink tank top, on a black tank top. What? With a strappy heel? Where? Who else out there is tired of dieting? There are so many weight loss plans out there that promise the same thing, but just give you the same old one-size-fits-all bullshit, but not with Noom. Noom builds personal plans that take into account your dietary restrictions, medical issues, and other personal needs to build a weight loss plan that works just for you. As someone who wants to lose weight but refuses to stop eating carbs, Noom Weight is great because it's personalized to meet my lifestyle. They don't restrict what you can eat and don't shame you when you choose to treat yourself, which we all have to do. Leo season is upon us. Because Noom's program is so personalized, it's felt far more sustainable than other more restrictive weight loss programs. It really makes it so much easier to build a healthy routine that feels manageable and just better overall. Their app makes it so easy to stay motivated with daily lessons and coaching. What makes Noom Weight special is that they combine psychology and unique biological factors to help you achieve weight loss success. They help you understand the science behind your eating choices and specifically why you may be having cravings. Don't just take my word for it. To date, they have helped more than 5.2 million people lose weight. Stay focused on what's important to you with Noom's psychology and biology-based approach. Sign up for your trial today at Noom.com. That's Noom.com. Speaking of unclear optics, there's another fashion trend we need to discuss. So the founder of Spanx, a woman named Sarah Blakely, obviously a genius in the shapewear space, okay? This is a perfect example of, tap out, dim the lights, go to lunch, buy a top. It's the Bethany Frankel, it's the Sarah Blakely. Once you've climbed the mountain successfully, go with grace. Let her go, hands off deck. That is the goal. It is the ultimate form of luxury, is to fade away, dabbing your tears with dollar bills. Go have an overpriced chopped salad, okay? Go buy a candle just because. Maybe you want to try out a new lipstick. That to me is the ultimate form of luxurious living, is to hit it hard, cash out, and live your goddamn life low and slow, Serena van der Woodsen, okay? But not for Sarah Blakely. So she, amasses this insane fortune, Spanx, okay? And this amazing product develops, revolutionizes shapewear and women's undergarments, okay? Wow, what an accomplishment. But some people just don't understand when it's time to tap out. Intro Sarah Blakely sullying her legacy with a new product launch called Sneaks, with an X at the end, which is supposed to be Spanx adjacent. Now, Sneaks are a luxury shoe that blends the style of a traditional high heel with the performance and comfort of a sneaker. That's a direct quote, okay? Here's another direct quote. Men invented the high heel centuries ago, and its basic construction hasn't really changed, Blakely said in a press release. There's been a void in comfortable footwear, and women deserve a new option. I wanted to create a luxury high heel that prioritizes how women feel, not just how we look. We are fed the line that beauty is pain, but I don't believe it has to be. Well, where's the beauty in these fucking shoes? Because they're the ugliest things I've ever seen in my life. But whatever, we'll get to that in a second. But I don't believe it has to be. As a consumer, I've wanted to solve this problem for years. Okay, they might be comfortable, but they start at $395 and they're fucking ugly, Sarah. So this is all cute in press quotes, but in reality, it's making the Skechers shape up look like a Manolo Blahnik. So we're going to have to rework your design because I don't know how else to put it. They're literally the ugliest heels I've ever seen in my life. They're so fucking ugly. Where is one supposed to wear these sneaks? With a midi dress and a tote bag? Or where you're supposed to wear these shoes? To the Helen Keller Bitch Bible Convention, because that's the only appropriate place to wear them, because nobody should bear eyes on the atrocities that are the Sneaks stiletto sneaker. What about just wearing a sneaker or just wearing a stiletto? Why does everything have to be a gimmick? And we don't need it. Nobody fucking needs it. The only person I could see wearing this was Lizzie McGuire. Running down the hallways of her middle school with butterfly clips and a broken energy. I don't know. It's insane. It's an abuse of consumerism, and we got to go back to the drawing board. It's not, even as a sneaker, if you chopped the heel off, it would be an ugly sneaker. So the foundation, the design foundation, is disgusting, and I mean that respectfully. I used to have an idea for a shoe line when I was like 7 or 8. You know those like lucite stripper heels with like the clear platform? So I used to be a bit of an entrepreneur. Don't make me bore you with the Diva Pan. That was like clearly plagiarized my 5th grade like invention week project. I came up with the Diva Pan. Diva is the Latin root for divide. I don't know if that's true, but like I just thought that was the smartest thing I ever came up with. So the Diva Pan was a heat-proof washable insert so that if you were making a variety of different meals that they wouldn't cross-contaminate in the pan. And I still like low-key think that I'm kind of a genius for it. The Diva Pan. And then there'd be that would be the hero product. And then we'd roll out a variety of other Diva products like the Diva pitcher, the Diva bowl. For instance, if you're boiling water and one of your kiddos likes, this was literally my pitch in 5th grade. I'm like, let's say you're home alone, or no, let's say you're a stay-at-home mom and you've got 3 kiddos that like 3 different pastas. With the Diva Pan, you don't need to worry about excess pots. All you need is 1 pan of boiling water, pop the Diva Pan in, and you can have penne, gnocchi, and bow tie all in the same pan because the Diva Pan will divide it up. It's heat-proof and washable. You guys, I will say this forever. You don't have to think I'm funny. You don't have to think I'm pretty. You don't have to think I'm smart, but I am a star. Do I need dental work? Yes. But I'm a star. And nobody can take that away from me. And if you don't get it, you just don't get it. It's not my problem. Okay, hold on. I need to get it together. Okay. We're back. Anyways, we were going to roll out weeping, just me and myself, and like some seed money that I embezzled from my bat mitzvah or something. We were going to do like a whole product rollout, like the Diva pitcher, the Diva everything. Okay. Imagine you've got a pot. Somebody likes Alfredo. Somebody likes Bolognese. Somebody likes a simple marinara. With the Diva Pan insert, Diva pot insert, you can heat up 3 different pasta sauces and they're not going to fucking touch each other. Okay. After the Diva Pan went nowhere, I decided that I was going to get into the fashion industry around 7th grade. And therefore, Guppy Glam was created. Guppy Glam was specific to like high-paid escorts, sex workers, and prostitutes. I think we don't call people prostitutes anymore. Is that correct? Do not cut this out. We're not, woke Wanda over here is going to make some fucking mistakes. I don't think we're allowed to say prostitutes anymore, which I find to be actually insulting to prostitutes. Like, what's the problem? I don't care. Sex workers. That, by the way, the rebrand of prostitute to sex worker, I could do a whole episode on. It makes no fucking sense. But let's just say that Guppy Glam, the target demo was sex workers. And basically, if you're a girl on the go, okay, you're a woman of the night, sometimes you don't have time to go home. This was my pitch. You don't have time to go home and feed your beta fish. This was like beta fish culture. If you grew up like in the early 2000s, if you're like a proper millennial, everybody had a beta fish. I don't know why. I think it was like just an easy pet. The goldfish thing that was like, you had a 24-hour shelf life. A beta fish you could probably keep alive for like 6 months. It was kind of a low... Clyde, shut up. Oh, that worked. It was just like a low effort pet. So everyone and their gay brother had a fucking beta fish, okay? And I thought, if you're a woman of the night, if you're Elizabeth Berkley in Showgirls, which was my favorite movie, then maybe you could take your beta fish on the go. And with Gubby Glam, you can, because basically you could just fill the bottom of the translucent platform heel with water and a fish. Okay, I'm starting to hear my girlfriends whisper about a legit little pink pill for women. I asked my doctor, and there is an FDA-approved pill called Addie, clinically proven to boost libido for certain premenopausal women bothered by their low sex drive. Buckle up, bitches. Addie and I are going for a ride. You can talk to your doctor about Addie or have an online telehealth appointment at addyi.com. A little pink pill. Tell your girlfriends. Important updates. We have a new bitch Bible glossary term. This week, the word of the week is fucktard filibuster. Jackie, what is a fucktard filibuster? Fucktard filibustering is when stupid people try to buy time on the clock in a conversation and or argument by repeating what you just so clearly said to them back to you. So if I look at Andrew and I said, Andrew, you are an anchor that I carry around my ankles. You slow everything down. It's why they call you half-speed Haas. Why are you so slow and lackadaisical? From sunrise to sunset, you have no sense of urgency, and it shows. He would look back at me and say, no sense of urgency, and it shows? And I'd say, yes, Andrew. Fucktard filibuster. It's when people try to buy time on the clock by mincing and parsing your sentiments that are like clearly scathing and perfect and efficient, and then they break it down and repeat it back to you instead of actually participating in the argument. They're trying to buy time to collect their thoughts to come back with something smart, but it's not on the tip of the tongue because they're slow. And that's what we call fucktard filibuster. Ding. My husband is a slow person. It's so wild. I said to him the other day, I'm like, Andrew, you're a musician. You're aware of a metronome, right? It's like dun, dun, dun. What is your internal metronome? Because mine's like this. And his is like this. Like, what's the BPM on that? Because I feel like I'm exerting so much more energy in 60 seconds. Like, I've lived 12 lives by the time we go to bed. Okay, without our dust ruffle on the floor. And it's just, I don't know if it's a male thing. I don't want to generalize, but it is one of my favorite things to do is generalize and stereotype. But everything takes a little bit longer to process. And it's so wild to witness in a life partner because I'm just like, everything is now. If I say, hey, can we get me some water? It's like, we get up, but everything, there's like, he's ruminating, he's marinating. And obviously that's why I married him because, I need the slower cadence, but it's hard to watch, I would say. It gets me rashy, it gets me ragey, and it fluxes my cortisol levels, I think. Summer sensation songstress Chapel Rowan is getting kind of mixed reviews because she came out pretty forwardly about fan interactions and said something to the degree of like, I don't owe anybody anything. I don't need to take a picture. I don't need to talk to you. Like, well, I'm kind of butchering it, but it was like a pretty brazen first statement. And since then she's kind of corrected and been like, listen, like I've been doing this for 10 years. I've had so many non-consensual exchanges with invasive fans showcasing like predatory behaviors. Like you don't get to just touch me as women, like, as artists, as public figures, like you're not allowed to just like touch me. And it's kind of comma coded, but I ultimately agree with her. I mean, the truth is like her job is to perform on a stage and give us music, which we can enjoy as we choose. celebrities are not, they're human beings. They are not at our disposal. They're not our playthings. And it's very interesting. I find this to be more applicable to musicians. I think that actors, they play roles. They're in movies, they're in television. So we don't know a lot about actors and actresses, or actors. I'm sorry. Am I fucking that one up? We don't know a lot about actors' personal life. And there is a way where actors are able to kind of preserve their privacy because they're playing characters, not themselves. I feel like with musicians, because songwriting is more of a personal, it's like poetry. So you feel maybe a little bit more attached to musicians, especially like if a certain song like resonates with you or like carries you through a dark time, then you feel emotionally connected to an artist. But like at the end of the day, you're kind of like it, like not, they really don't owe you anything besides what they've given you. You know what I mean? Like it is a transactional experience. And then on the other side, people would be like, well, they wouldn't have careers without the fans and you sign up for this shit. But, you shouldn't be groped on a sidewalk unless you'd like to be. And I will say that as someone who has been fondled a couple times, one particularly by a homeless man in San Francisco with a needle in his arm, I got a very firm slap on the ass. And I turned around and I said, thank you. I appreciated it personally, but yeah, I don't know. I think that the first statement was a little like, oh, okay, honey, you've been here for like, that's a little fresh, It's a little fresh. Like maybe we just like tone that down a little bit, just like for social graces purposes. Like feel all the feels, but like, let's just like navigate this with tender lady fingers. I got lady fingers, baby. I got kid gloves. Luscious Jackson did not get enough credit for Lady Fingers. Is that what it's called? It's called Lady Fingers. It was a one-hit wonder, and it's on a heavy rotation in the Schimmel-Haas house. So just that's an aside note. But then like this is the problem. I'll say something like that, and then people will make this like a feminist issue, like we as women are extorted and exploited with our art and people. It has nothing to do with that. We're not doing that. I fucking love Chappell Roan, for the record. I think she's got a lot of sticky bops. I love her stage presence. I wept watching her Lollapalooza performance. HOTTOGO is Clyde's favorite song currently. So no shade. I'm just saying like maybe we're just like I get it. I get it. But a lot of people are coming to her defense, and ultimately she is right. I mean, it doesn't make you a cunt if you don't feel like taking a picture with someone. What if your dog just died, okay? And you're out to brunch and you're on the fritz and you're just barely holding it together, and then someone comes up to you and goes, HOTTOGO, you can and tries to take a picture. That's fucking annoying. Having an off day. We have the right to have off days as stars. Thank you so much for listening. Give me 5 stars on iTunes and Spotify, and just like share it with your friends. Okay, back to school. Fall has fallen, and so have my downloads. I'm just kidding. Anyways, thank you so much for listening, and I will be back next week. Have a great week, everybody. Goodbye.